Many of those wooden boats will be skillfully constructed here in the Rockport Apprentice Shop by the able hands of 14 two-year apprentices and 4 6-week interns. By carefully lofting, planking, and caulking, 20 new boats slowly will take shape each year.
Eyes the boy that builds a boat, and eyes the boy that sails her, eyes the boy that catches the fish and takes them home, the lies a swing.
This is a busy time of year at Rockport Apprentice Shop. With several orders for new boats, the apprentice has time to only dream of the summer and sailing. Wednesday mornings are one rare exception to the busy schedule. At 10 o'clock, the alarm sounds for coffee break, a time for catching up on the week's activities, and a chance to warm up beside the wood stove. Often following the coffee break is a seminar on a particular technique of wooden boat building. This week, a demonstration in planking led by Dave Foster, a master builder with 50 years of experience and one of 3 instructors at Rockport Apprentice Shop.
All the planks are resawed out of the 1.5 cedar. The place is set up so it's mostly learning by doing, so we don't have a lot of instruction. Like we have one seminar a week that's like half an hour long. So our role is just to help people out.
The classroom and workshop environment are very loosely structured, with apprentices often working alone or in pairs on their own projects. But when it comes to planking a boat, everyone must work quickly and in absolute unison.
We are often billed as a school of traditional boat building. One description I don't really disagree with, but what is traditional?
A couple of years ago, we built a boat that's built with plywood planks, not sheets of plywood, but planks cut out of plywood and then glued, and it was very hard to find somebody that wanted to build it. Everyone had some kind of a thing about plywood.
It's true that often apprentices have a very crisp idea in their own minds of what is appropriate, and sometimes they can be really quite conservative about what is appropriate and what isn't. And I find that rather curious, that often the staff is perhaps more willing to experiment than some apprentices are. The basic skills of wooden boat building, such as carvel or lapstrake, are the kinds of skills that people really do come here for, and they really don't want to, if you will, be distracted by more modern techniques that one can learn on the job someplace else.
These strong convictions also reflect the lifestyle of the apprentices. By choice, most live on property owned by the apprentice shop, sharing meals and sleeping in yurts. There is no electricity or running water, and each apprentice must take turns cooking meals. This austere lifestyle evolved as a way to help sustain the apprentice for 2 years, an economic necessity, because although the school charges no tuition, the apprentices are not allowed to hold a part-time job.
I think that the apprentices living together creates somewhat of a family atmosphere, but like all families, people have different needs and different ways of expressing themselves.
Working here 8 hours a day and sometimes more than that, and then having to share dinner with the same people and live with the same people, probably that was the most difficult part of the whole apprenticeship. Having to live in a community, but it was a great experience.
I really like it. I think that I learn the most by being with people. I learn the most about myself, and well, there's 20 other mirrors around here, and there's so many times that I say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and it comes back. It comes back real fast in this microcosm of a society.
Oh man, you go forever.
People come here from a variety of different directions for a number of different reasons, but we do have a strong international, I guess I'd have to say, reputation.
I think our international exchange program gives the whole shop a new dimension of just being able to be in the same table with people from 5 or 6 different nations at the same time. It's really, really nice.
As a practicing physician in Bogota, Colombia, Roberto's life took a radical turn. Like many of the apprentices, he was not fully satisfied with his career and was drawn to Rockport Apprentice Shop by a love of boats and sailing. Now his 2-year apprenticeship is complete, and his latest boat, the Lolly Tender, is ready for the water.
The Lolly Tender, this is going to be the tender for the Friendship sloop we built. This is a really traditional lash rake, very fine and really fancy boat.
We have tended to build boats that originated in workboats and largely originated on the Maine coast.
I checked it.
We don't actually design them. We build them from existing plans. Unless we get someone that wants, that orders a special boat, like this one down at the end there, we're going to get the shape of that boat, which is called taking the lines off it, and draw a plan and build a replica of that.
This is an old boat. It's about 120 years old. So we're trying to take off the lines here. And first of all, we're trying to get the centerboard out of the way in order to have access on top of the boat underneath. So what I got to do is ask my superior if I can cut the floor in order to get the centerboard out of the way. That's what's going on now. Next step.
You got a ways to go.
That's right. Imagine how much you're going to have to jack up this boat. How dangerous it's going to be. I shouldn't be here right now talking to you.
I think that I've learned about myself a lot being here. Being alone and being away from home.
It's a whole process of learning, and what I've learned here, I certainly will take wherever I go. I've learned so much about what I need and who I am and how to relate with people. That's all aside from the boats, and it's a very, very big part of being here.